The drumbeat echoed through the quiet village like a heartbeat, sharp and insistent. Oba's hands struck the aged drum with such force that the air seemed to ripple around him. The moon hung low, casting silver light over the mud huts, and every shadow stretched like it wanted to whisper secrets. He didn't care about the warnings from the elders, the tales whispered by the women at the market, or the cold shiver running down his spine. Tonight, he would see if the legends were true. "You'll wake the spirits," called a voice from the shadows. It was Amaka, his closest friend, her eyes wide with fear. "Oba, stop. You don't know what you're messing with." Oba's lips curved into a defiant smile. "That's exactly why I must do it. You think my grandfather left this drum for decoration? No. It's calling me." Amaka took a hesitant step closer, hands trembling. "People say they appear at midnight. Not for fun. Not for your curiosity. They come for a reason, and sometimes, they never leave." Oba laughed, but it was nervous, forced. "Then let's see what they want." His next strike made the drum sing, a sound that cut through the night like a knife. The wind stilled. Even the crickets went silent, as if the world itself was holding its breath. And then it happened. A shimmer rose from the ground, like heat waves on a dusty road, twisting and turning. Oba's chest tightened. Figures began to emerge, faint, translucent at first, dancing above the village's edge. Some were children laughing in whispers, some old men with eyes that carried centuries of sorrow. A tall figure with flowing robes watched him silently, hands folded. The drumbeat faltered in Oba's grasp. Amaka gasped. "Oba, you've done it. You've really done it." Oba swallowed hard. They are real. I thought it was just a story." His voice shook, the bravado fading. "What do they want?" The tallest spirit moved closer, its form flickering like candlelight in the wind. A voice, deep and resonant, echoed in Oba's mind rather than his ears. "You have awakened what was meant to sleep. Why do you call us?" Oba's fingers tightened on the drumsticks. I want to learn. I want to know what my grandfather knew." "Knowledge comes with cost," the spirit warned, drifting closer. "Do you have the courage to pay?" Amaka grabbed Oba's arm. "See. I told you. This isn't a game." Oba shook her off gently, though a shiver ran down his spine. "I have to do this. I can feel it in my bones. The drum, it's alive. It wants me to play." The spirit swirled faster as he struck the drum, responding to his rhythm. One shadow leaned close, examining him as if weighing his soul. Another drifted above the rooftops, whispering secrets that made the hair on his arm stand on end. And then, as the drumbeat escalated, the spirits began to move in patterns, like a dance that only Oba could see. A sudden chill swept the village. Children huddled close to their mothers, dogs barked and howled, and the wind carried an eerie moan. Oba's heart pounded. Every strike of the drum seemed to echo deeper into the earth, shaking roots and stones alike. He felt as if the world itself was responding to his rhythm. "You're too young for this power," the spirit said again, the words vibrating inside his chest. "Too eager. Too proud. I can handle it." Oba shouted back, but his voice lacked conviction. Doubt crept in, curling around his ribs like smoke. He hadn't expected this. The legends were alive, breathing around him, and they were judging him. A soft glow appeared near the base of the drum. Oba looked down to see a small figure, a girl no older than 10, reaching for his hands. "Play with me," she whispered. Her eyes were a strange mixture of sadness and mischief. "Let me show you the rhythm that calls the rain and the wind." Oba hesitated. He remembered the elders' words, "The spirits are not toys. They are the keepers of life and death. Treat them with respect, or they will take more than they give." But his hands were already moving, guided by the girl's silent direction. He played. And the air responded. Leaves swirled, the river beyond the village stirred, and the night seemed to stretch. Every drumbeat became a word, every rhythm a sentence in a language older than memory. The spirit circled him, watching, reacting, sometimes laughing, sometimes frowning. You see? Amaka whispered, awestruck. You're talking to them. You really are. Oba nodded, sweat dripping down his brow. His body was tired, but his mind raced with possibilities. Knowledge, power, mystery, all dancing just beyond his fingertips. The drum thrummed under his touch, almost pleading, almost warning. A sudden crack split the night. Lightning forked across the sky, illuminating the spirits in full form. Some were frightening now, towering with faces like masks of grief and joy intertwined. Oba's heart hammered. What do you want from me? The tall figure drifted forward, raising a hand. A choice, it said simply. Will you play for yourself, or for the world you live in? Oba froze, the drumsticks trembling. He looked at Amaka, who held his gaze with fierce concern. You can't just think of yourself, Oba. This is bigger than us. A wind whipped through the village, carrying whispers of impending danger. The spirits were no longer playful, they were insistent, urging him to see beyond his curiosity. Oba swallowed hard, understanding for the first time that the drum was not a toy. It was a bridge, and he was standing at the crossing. He struck the drum one last time, a rhythm that was steady, commanding. The spirits paused, waiting. Oba drew a deep breath. I play, to protect them. To protect my village. Not for me. Not for fame. For them. The spirits shimmered, approving in silence. The girl's glow brightened. The tall figure inclined its head. Oba felt a weight lift, and for the first time, he understood the true rhythm, the balance of power and responsibility. As the night deepened, the drumbeat became a lifeline. The spirits, once unpredictable, now moved with purpose, revealing hidden dangers, guiding him toward solutions. And for the first time, Oba felt connected to something far greater than himself. A faint voice seemed to drift from the drum itself. You have chosen wisely, Oba. Remember, courage is not in striking first, but in knowing when and why to strike. Amaka squeezed his shoulder, whispering, You did it. You really did it. Oba exhaled, sweat and relief mingling. We did it, he said, looking out over the village, alive and safe under the watchful eyes of the spirits. And in the distance, the first hint of dawn began to color the sky. If you're enjoying this story, make sure to hit subscribe, leave a comment about what you think Oba should do next, and give this video a like. It helps support more stories like this.